Hey gang, Mocha Boy here, welcome back, and as always, thanks for tuning back in. So we've got a very cool update today. There's been a lot going on at Reddit Force over the past couple of weeks, and we have gone kind of dark, simply just to handle some of the surge of growth that we've been experiencing. About a couple weeks back, we opened up our doors to new recruits, and we were surprised at the amount and the quality of people coming to Reddit Force. They read the requirements, they understand what it is that we need, and apart from being really cool attackers, a lot of the folks that have joined us recently have turned out to be really cool people. And as any leader would tell you, the success or failure of any good social clan, it depends on the quality of the people. Tactics we can teach, but you can't solve. You can't solve. Somebody being a complete ass. Except to just kick him from the clan. So I want to say a thank you to all of the new members, and a thank you to all of the existing members for getting them up to speed so quickly. And we have guys that went from doing Go Wipe, 2 weeks ago to running Laloon and CB Hogs, and we even tried an AQ walk today. It's just absolutely fantastic, and I'm absolutely humbled by the folks that have chosen to call Reddit Force home. Now, we have gone a little quiet over the past couple of weeks because Reddit Force has been. We ran into a little bit of a problem with a very specific base, and you guys have actually seen this base, but let me explain exactly what's been going on here. We just recently just about crossed the threshold. We are on the cusp of our centennial win, 100 wins, and we are up against a clan who is also at the same milestone. So StarCraft 2, shout out to you guys. They're at 50-50 members, and they're at 99 wins as well. So we're both fighting for that 100th win right now. Australia is about to go to sleep. We're just waking up, and we still have a ton of Town Hall 10 attacks to go, and only one Town Hall 10 that's escaped us so far. So we're looking to pull away pretty soon. It's been a good war, good bases, good attacks on both sides. But what I wanted to point out about this, and this is something that we've been increasingly seeing over the past few weeks, we haven't had anyone in the range to actually hit this specific base, but just recently, a lot of us have come into our 30-30 heroes plus, and we've been starting to tackle this base. Now, this base goes by a lot of different names, and there are a lot of derivatives of it, but I'm simply just going to refer to it as the square base. And I know that 90% of the people that end up encountering this base just start to roll their eyes and go, "Oh my God, not this crap again." It seems like everyone seems to be running this base, and there's a reason why people run this base. It's an extremely effective base for hijacking AI pathing and separating your tanks from your DPS, and then frying the DPS with the Infernos, and that includes your AQ. I have had terrible luck attacking this base, even with my heroes. It seems to be the same result every single time, like 49% or 70%, but you miss the town hall, and it's just crazy the way that this base works. Well, there are a few videos out there showing how some people approach the base, and one thing to note just quickly before I get into how we attack this base is everyone, there are derivatives of this base, but the one key feature here is simply this inner hog ring. Let me just take this out. It's just this inner hog ring of support structures, and then this defense ring around the base. So what ends up happening is your golems or your giants or your hogs or whatever, they go on a merry-go-round to the base, and then they split up from the DPS, which ends up getting fried by the Inferno. And then your troops ignore jumps. The AQ goes on a walk around the base, pretty much everywhere except for the core. So we've been having terrible luck with this base. We've thrown Mass Witch at it. We've thrown 7 golems at it. We've thrown 6 golems at it. We've thrown just about everything that we can, and we've had a few lucky hits, but nothing consistent. That is up until now. So one of our members, Corn Dog Lover, and then one of our newer Town Hall 10s, we're just going to call him DPP. They were doing some. We put up a thread in our private channel. We said, anyone who knows anything about this base, find information, put it here, let the TH10s know, and we'll go and practice those attacks. And Corn Dog came through. He came up with a composition, or he found a composition where it's 4 golems, 3 pekkas, 15 wizards, and then abrasive support troops. Usually wall breakers, and then the other trick, the other side of it is either 3 jumps or 4 jumps, and it depends on the base. and then your heroes. So this was, well, let me show you one thing first. This was what ended up happening, and this is what I've been doing almost exclusively for the past week, is I rose to Masters just to specifically hunt this base. And I found, I mean, you'll encounter this base in every 10, once in every 10 searches or so. But this was defense log. So this was the latest attack, and like this is all the TH10s have been doing. We've been up in Masters just specifically hunting this base. Oops, replay. And here's one derivative of it, but the attack is so simple. All it is just 2 jumps, 2 golems, 4 wizards on each side to start cutting that funnel, and then after that you can either do a 3rd jump right here, and then release your pekkas along with your heroes. Now what's going to end up happening is, let me just pause this. What's going to end up happening is the defense-led troops are going to come in this way, and then your pekkas are going to come in this way. You'll drop one more jump in, and then everything, most of the time, everything will just jump right into the core. And the key thing about this deployment order is that we were looking for something that consistently could work, and pretty much everyone that we've that has tried this attack has managed to get their troops into the core. And then once you're in the core, 1 rage, potentially 1 freeze, and it's game over. And a couple of times we came pretty damn close to 3-starring a few of these bases. So as you can see there, the tanks are soaking up that multi-target Inferno. That rage is going to go down. I'm going to save that freeze for the single-target Inferno on the backside. But the wizards are in. The queen is doing her job. She'll probably go in just about another second. The defense-led troops are just running gangbuster through. And then at that point, the rest of this core is going to get hollowed out really quickly. And then, we go into cleanup mode. So again, the big thing here was consistency. We were looking for a composition that would guarantee us, jump into the core, and this was one of them. So that was that attack. The other attack was on this war base, which is number 3 here. So again, fairly similar base. You have these corner archer towers, but unlike the first base, there were no defenses in this inner ring. And I did flub the wall breakers on this. I'm finding that once you have those point defenses locked up, just release all of your wall breakers at one time, and they'll get the outside wall and they'll get the inside wall, and then you'll be in good shape. So here we go again. It's 4 golems, 3 pekkas, 6 wall breakers, 15 wizards, and then just a few giants to sprinkle in. So those 2 jumps go down, your golems go down, and then the wall breakers are going to start coming in. And notice one of the things that I did mess up here was the wall breakers. I'm going to lose my pekkas in about a second, but that's one of the things that was so interesting about this composition, was that even if you make a mistake, it'll actually recover, and that's exactly what happened here. I did lose my pekkas, but they ended up getting sucked into the middle anyway. So a hound, and then a balloon. I got my jump down, and then everything's just going to, all the stuff that needs to be in the core is going to run into the core in just a second. So 2 golems, I've got a giant, and then there go my 2 pekkas, and then they'll go to work. So this was a little closer than I wanted, than I was hoping for, but and once that BK gets in there, takes down those 2 Teslas, that's a lot of the DPS down, the queen's down. And one of the things that I should have done that didn't occur to me at the time was I was supposed to save my poison for the core, because a lot of these bases they'll run 3 skull traps in the core, and that'll tie up your troops just long enough for everything to burn you down. So you want to try to save that poison for the core if at all possible, to get rid of those skulls. So at this point, again, 50%, and this is not even like a completely maxed out base, but I was able to get into the core, and then deploy my cleanup troops to take out the rest of the base. So that's the composition. 2 jumps in the core, 2 jumps in the corners, and yes, you can run 4 jumps as well. My jump's still only level 2. It's in the process of upgrading, and then 1 more jump into the core, and then you should be all set. Now I don't know how effective level 4 pekkas are going to be versus level 5. I mean, I just got my pekkas, and again, we've been encountering this base so often that we had to come up with a plan for it, and there it is. So that's it for the base update. Again, I'm focused on just making sure that we get through this last war, cross over that 100 win mark, and then post another recap, and hopefully in another 24 hours, and you can all celebrate with us. So thanks for tuning in.